here's our setup for the agenda today. I'm going to talk about just where SMILE is right now, domestically and outside the U.S. Sonny's going to talk really about the performance of the new unit, the VISUMAX 800. Audrey's going to go through probably some shortcomings we had with the 500, and I think things that people sitting on the sidelines want to see: more digitization and more automation of the technique to make it easier for surgeons and staff. Bill's going to talk about what the ergonomics are of the VISUMAX 800. I'm going to come back and talk about current connectivity and future connectivity, and then we're going to go through questions not only at the end but also interspersed between the talks. So the global update really is the following. I think that the one thing that gets lost in the SMILE conversation, and a lot of times with patients, is, how long has it been around? Well, it's not been around 5 years, 10 years. That's actually been around 24 years. In 2000, Dirk Muehlhoff and the group at Zeiss and Jena came up with the concept of building a laser, not to make flaps, not to do LASIK, but to do SMILE. We obtained our first VISUMAX 500 in 2007 with the idea we were just going to be making flaps with it. We had no concept that SMILE was even a technique that Zeiss was working on, although in the background they did the first SMILE technique, which was truly not a pocket as we know it, but more of a flap-related technique in 2007. I first learned about SMILE, at least the way Zeiss was planning on doing it, in 2009, and then got involved in the FDA clinical trials in 2012. And we completed most of the trials by 2015. SMILE for Sphere was approved in the US in 2016, and then in 2018 for astigmatism. Since that time, my practice has pretty much been about 90–95% SMILE. I still do excimer procedures for PRK, LASIK for corrections that are outside that range. And as we look forward, the number of procedures done worldwide has really just ballooned, and we can see in May of 2023 there was 8 million procedures performed. We've now obviously exceeded that well into the 9 millions. We're not quite at 10 million yet worldwide, but we're certainly getting there. Now, the one thing I think is really impressive with SMILE as a technique is the number of peer-reviewed journal articles. I mean, over 800. A lot of work goes into those articles and a lot of thought and care. So it's very well studied, to say the least. The one correction I'd probably give on this slide is, 10 years of clinical proof. Well, no, we're closer to 17 with the concept of doing a lenticle dissection. So in the US, I've been now doing it for 12 years, so it's very well studied, to say the least. And what we're going to now talk about really is the 800 and what it provides for surgeons. I got involved with this project in 2016. There were Dan Reinstein of London, Sri Ganesh of Bangalore, and Rainer Wiltfong of Munich. And we got together with the folks in Jena intermittently over the course of that time to really design and build a laser specifically for SMILE and SMILE surgery, making it better than the 500. And I will say now that, we've all used, up here on the podium, have used the cases on human eyes, it's a fantastic device. It's made our lives easier. The 500 is wonderful. The 800 is dramatically better. We had a traveling 800 in Kansas City that Zeiss wanted to get docs involved in. We now have our own unit. The 800 traveling unit was better than our 500, and the brand new 800 that's 2 years newer than the traveling 800 unit is even better. So it's been a real fun experience for us and our patients, providing that to the surgeon or to the patients.